Alright, so for this video I am going to be doing a collection showcase of all of my Disney Pixar cars that I own, and keep this in mind, I own basically just Piston Cup racers along with World Grand Prix racers from all three movies. Now let's take a look at the Cars 1 racers. Alright, starting off we have Rusty Cornfield, the tow cab number 4 racer from Cars 1. He is using the Nitro 8 model, and I believe this is the Thailand variant. Next up is the Winderford Rutherford, the Professor, number 64, racing for RPM, and honestly, he is, in my opinion, one of my favorite Cars 1 racers, actually one of my favorite Piston Cup racers of all time, because his color combo is just really well, and I just really love this racer. Next up we got is Manny Flywheel, the N2 Cola racer for Cars 1. This is the Thailand version. Mind you, pretty sure all my Cars 1 racers are in Thailand, so mainly Thailand. So this is the number 68, and honestly, compared to his successors later on, he is not that great in my opinion. And then we have number 95, of course, we already know Cars 1 McQueen, you know, the GOAT, because, well, come on. You can't go wrong with Cars 1 McQueen. Number 95, racing for Russ Eats, of course. Then we have Cars 1 Floyd Mulvihill, and this is the Thailand variant. I also have the China version from years ago, so, yeah, and honestly, I think I like the China version more than the Thailand version. Because like it feels like the Thailand version of like chick kick models cars are just like tall or like shorter than like the China version. Anyways, that's Floyd and with this move. And then we have Murray Clutchburn. So yeah, from Cars 1, and honestly, I really like his Cars 1 version. I really do. Just the colors are just so perfect. He is the Sputter Stop racer for Cars 1, and he's number 92. I forgot to mention Floyd is the gas pool racer for number 70. And then we have, of course, the Chick Hicks, the legend himself, and races for Hostile Tailor. I know this is the Cars 3 version. This is him with the headset, but I think this is like the headset was torn out. So I think I'm gonna pick up another Chick Hicks. I'm gonna pick up Chick Hicks another one. So yeah, this is the Chick Hicks in my collection. And then we have Heaven Racing Tire, I believe, yep. And he's the Shifty Drug Racer for Cars 1, and the only canonically existing Shifty Drug Racer. So, number 35, and this is the Thailand version, so it's going to have the accurate color combo, so, yeah. There. And also the Nitro 8 model. And then we have James Clean Air, honestly, my second favorite Vitaline racer behind Rick Yardley, which honestly, actually, now I'm looking at it now, I think he might be my favorite Vitaline racer, number 61. So this is the Chick Hicks model. And then we got, of course, Strip Wetters, the King, racing for Dynaco, number 43, the Go himself. And then we have Billy Oil Changer with the RPM model, number 58, racing for Octane Gang. Really cool car, must say. Successors, honestly, I think I like him more than his own successors, which we'll get on to later. Then we have a custom racer by the name of Jimmy Blitz, and this is supposed to be a company called Deadline. It's called number 45, and yeah, this is one of my first customs racers, and I'm thinking to use the Cars 1 Floyd China version I have here for another custom soon. So then we have Lee Reckons. This is the only other China version I think I have in the collection for the Cars 1 racers. He's Tranberry Juice Racer from Cars 1, number 63, and using the Nitro 8 model. And we have a lot of that same model. We have Chuck Armstrong, the Moose Springs Racer from Cars 1, and honestly, I just really love Moose Springs Racers, so. Then we have Todd Martin's Cars 1, which honestly, I like his Cars 3 version a lot more because of the color combo. He's racing for No Stall, and he is number 123. When we have Ruby Easy Oaks, Easy Idol Racer for Cars 1 with number 51, and I must say, it's just, they really cooked up with the Cars 1 racers back in the day. They really did. And then we have Bernie Pearson, the Cars 1 version, and he's the Experiment Racer for Cars 1 and 3, and he is the number 93. And honestly, I really love this version, this highlight version. I really do. I really do. Then we have Ralph Carlo, his Cars 1 version, racing for Little Torque's Pistons, number 117. And honestly, I don't know. Between his Cars 1 and 3 version, I don't know. I like both of them. I don't know which one I like more. Then we have Punchy Wipeout's Cars 1 version, and honestly, number 90 bumper save, and well, it is a fun car to have, I must say, in my collection. And then we have Kevin Racing Tire Shift Right, sorry. And honestly, I don't know, he's my favorite Clutch 8 racer. Like, no Go Check, he's better than Daniel Drasky, so. And then we have Hauling Gas, my only retread racer, because I have to pick up a kit, so number 79. So yeah, I see him a lot in stores since, well, nobody really wants to buy him. And next up we have Sage Redder, which is the Gasper racer for Cars 1, number 80. And you can't go wrong, he has a good color combo. And then nearing off the end we have Dave Alternators for Game Apex. I really don't know why this guy has two names, but he's the Revolting Racer for Cars 1 with the number 84. It's the same number as the Apple car, which I actually don't have. And then we went to our second to last racer. We have Bush Kerbler, who is the Fiber Fuel Racer for Cars 1. And I must say I like his successor a lot more than him, in my opinion. And then last but not least, we can't go wrong with the original Leakless Racer from Cars 1. Clug Scruggs. And yeah, number 52. And that's going to be it for the Cars 1 racers. And also on to all my Cars 2 racers. Alright, just to make things a little quicker, I'm going to do every single World Grand Prix racer and their variants that I have. So, for instance, we have McQueen here with all his variants that I own. We have his normal, Cars 2 version. Then we have his GRC version, which honestly, I think this is my least favorite McQueen from these. Then we have the Neon Racer McQueen, which I'm pretty sure is very expensive nowadays. And then we have the Ice Racer McQueen. Next up, we have this Baru Sarul, which I believe I have a grand total of 6 different versions of this guy. First up, I have his, usual Cars 2 version. Then I have his Ice Racer version, Neon version, GRC Racer, Carbon Racer, and then his Carnival version, which, in my opinion, I believe this is the most, out of all of them, these two, the Neon and Carnival versions of him, are the most expensive version, I believe. So yeah, I'm gonna post a picture if I'm wrong. And then we have Miguel Camino, the Spain racer. I forgot to mention that also released the French racer from Cars 2. So yeah, then we have his normal Cars 1 version, and then his Carbon Racer version, which honestly, out of all these versions, this is probably my least favorite because of the spoiler. Well, like his least favorite spoiler. And then we have his Neon Racer version and his GRC version. And then we have his Ice Racer variant. Now we move on to Max Schnell, which in my opinion is one of the German racers for Cars 2, and he is an alright racer. First up, we have the newest addition to the collection for him. We have, oh crap, I just dropped it. We have his GRC version, which was good. And then we have his normal Cars 1 version from like years ago. And oh boy, I think I need to buy a new one because, yeah. Then we have this Carbon Racer. Yeah, so that's it from the Max Schnell portion. Now we move on to Francesco Bernoulli. So yeah, he's the Italian car, and I have like 3 versions of him. His recent version was the GRC version, then we have his Cars 1 version, and then we have his Ice Racer version, which these wheels, oh no. Oh no. This is not good. But, yeah, that's gonna conclude for the Francesco part. And then we want to one of my personal favorite races Cars 2, we have Lewis Hamilton, and I don't have his Cars 2 version, which I really did. But we have his Ice Racer version, his Carbon Racer version, so yeah, a lot of this from the T-Rock series, I believe. And now we have Shu Todoroki, Japanese racer for Cars 2, and this is his normal variant right here, and his neon version along with his GRC version. And we want to do the next car, which will be right here, which I believe I also have 3 versions of. We have his Ice Racer version, his Carbon Racer version, and then his Neon version. So, personally, out of all these versions I have right here, I think it's gonna be the Ice Racer version of Nigel that is my favorite. So, yeah. And then we have my only Jeff Corvette, which is the Carnival version, I believe it is. And oh my goodness, look, and yeah, spoilers gone, and because I think Jeff Corvette's spoiler like as a whole was like didn't have good durability, so yeah. And then we have our last 3 racers, which honestly I don't even have like multiple versions of, and I have Carla Veloso, whose Jersey version I plan to get. This is her Carnival version, which I love very much. Yeah, Alec Petro, Russian racer. Also recommended Nigel Jersey was the England racer from England, Carla Veloso racer from Brazil. She was a Russian racer, and then this is I believe this is Rick Plushkowski racer, like the fan-made country, I think it is. So yeah. Also, this is the Ice Racer version of Petro, because his mobile version goes for like a lot of money, and I'm not trying to pay that much for one car. And then we have Kluchkowski, so his T-Rock version. So yeah, and that'll be it for the Cars 2 version of Racers. So I'll be going to now the Cars 3 veteran stock cars. Alright, so for the Cars 3 Racers veteran, I'm going to do them differently. I'm going to get all the cars for the specific model, and well, display. So starting off, we have Bobby Swift, who is the first car of his model, who is the Autogame Racer, following Billy Little Changer, and he's number 19. And I must say, personally, he's really a downgrade from Billy Little Changer. So next up, we have Rex Rebler. So yes, the Gasparin racer for Cars 3, number 80. And personally, not least, he's honestly my second favorite, better than Derek Garcia, in my opinion. Then we have Chip Deerinks, the combustor racer for Cars 3, number 11, a very stock car, and I must say, I love his paint job very much. And then we have Speedy Comet, such a goated paint, honestly, racing for another new sponsor, Blinker, number 21, and I must say, I really love the blue rims. And then we have a custom racer of the same model. I haven't exactly given him a name, so yes, something you guys can give him in the comments. And then we have Jeff the Post, who is the Towcat racer for Cars 3, and he's number 4. That's really much I gotta say about him. And we have Rev Meeker, the Tank Coat racer for Cars 3, the veteran racer at least, and yeah, number 36. And, oh, nothing much about it. Now we move on to the next model. Alright, now we got the Rick Yardley cars. So yeah, basically this is Rick Yardley, who basically has the first of this model. And now we have probably the most expensive and rarest one of the ones I have. We have the Rev Go racer, which honestly, I am still ashamed that he never gave this man a name. And then he comes with, 73, so not be too much there. Then we have Buck Barronley, the View Scene racer, the Star Car one at least, number 39. Honestly, he has a good paint job. And then we have Parker Brakeson, who is honestly who's a very good successor to Manny Flywheel from Cars 1, and does his paint job a lot better, in my opinion. Like, so much better. Then we have my second custom of Cars 3, the Veteran Stock Cars. We have a custom version, a custom HTB Veteran Stock Car in the Brickyard model, and yeah, number 86. I would have done 18 to match Rowdy Reverend Bush, but yeah, not exactly how it worked. Then we have the Apple car, which car from Cars 3, which I know it looks disastrous in the font, and the color font is not exactly, well, perfect, but my printer was not exactly, it had all the, and I was a little impatient, and well, I just got handprinted and everything, so yeah. And also I painted the rims wrong color because I thought they were, like, the rims were white, but apparently they're black, so yeah. I also using a spare, what is it, the Throttleman model, which was up next, by the way. So yes, this is a spare Throttleman. Well, not spare, but this is the main Throttleman I have, the Blue Springs racer for Cars 3. So, and then we have Tommy Highbanks, the four-wheel drive racer for stock cars. So, and then we have my final custom, which is a Deadline racer, which I haven't exactly come up with the names as well. It can't be a Jimmy Blitz version, since it doesn't have the Cal Weathers model. So yeah, let you guys decide the name on this guy. So in the comments. So now we on to the next model. Now before we get to the last model, this is my McQueen. So yeah, just playing Cars 1 McQueen. I mean Cars 3, sorry. So yeah, this is just a plain Cars 3 McQueen, and then we have my damaged version of Rusty's McQueen, which I am looking to get replacement. Stare into the eyes. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, moving on. Let's move on to the final model we have. All right, so we have every car of the Cosworth model, and honestly, in my opinion, this is my favorite model as well. They have some of the racers in this model are, well, good. And then because basically every racer who in this model is a car who have raced in Cars 3. For example, Murray Kletchmer with his Cars 3 variant. So yeah, this is the Thailand version, which I got about a couple months back. So honestly, really love it. Then we have Darren Leadfoot, which in the Cars 3 version, I just love it. Probably is my favorite of the Shiny Wax racers. And we have Todd Marquez, which again, like I said earlier, this is going to be his best paint job, honestly. Don't Style Racer for Cars 3, same number. Then we have Cal Weathers, the nephew of the King, number 42 for Dynaco. Then we have Ralph Carlo, number 117, Blue Torques Pistons, and yeah, I still can't decide who's better, which version of him is better. Then we have Punchy Wipeout. I know this is the inaccurate version of him. This is his, well, I must say, this is the unfortunate version, but I plan to get like an accurate version of him at some point. So yeah, that will conclude for the veteran stock cars. Now let's move on to the next gens. Alright, the next gens. So yeah, of all the racers I have, this is the amount of racers I have the most of. So yeah, so I'm gonna go by it really quickly. So basically how this is the Danny Torres model, and this one, although this is the NASCAR version, this is his metallic NASCAR version, so number 99. And then we have Paul Conrad, the bumper save racer, which unfortunately has a little chunk of the red taken out, so yeah, number 90. Then we have Herb Kerbler, who is the four-wheel drive next gen, number 54. George Newen, a lot of people realize one of the worst next gens ever seen and made, so number 52, the leakless next gen. And then we have Carson A. Stillen, the sidewall shine racer for next gens, and he's another NASCAR driver, so number 3. And then we have Will Rush, who is the Vio Toupe racer for car veteran. I mean, not veteran. Sorry, next gen racer, who is number 76. Then we have Richie Gunzit, who follows up with Floyd Hill, number 70, Gasperin. So yeah. And then we have M Fast Funk, who follows up the Rev and Go racer. Yeah, they actually gave him a name, unlike him. So number 73 with a different paint job, I must say. And it works decently well. Then we have Camp Spinner, infamously known for causing the Florida 500 wreck. And yes, this is still the accurate version, considering he has the wrong lids. Like, so the wrong eyelids. So yeah. And we have Gogo Logano, the Fiber Fuel car next gen. So yeah, I personally like it more than Busch Car, in my opinion. And then we have a custom next gen Rusty's racer, like say like it's like a what if scenario if Cruise never existed. And speaking of that what if, we have the Dynaco next gen, like say like Dynaco hired next gen after Cal retired. This will be it right here. So then we have Michael Rotor. So yeah, we don't know if he's still related to Krusty Rotor. So the 39, number 39 with the deep scene. And then we have HCB's, next racer, which would be Reverend Bush, number 18. And honestly, one of my personal favorites. Then we have Barry the Pedal RPM, very, very unfortunate how it turned out. But I still like him. And then we have, Synergy Racer. I literally find this guy almost every single store I go to. We have Lane Lock Successor, Eric Breaker. So yeah, and then we have, in my opinion, the worst used team racer. We have Cameron Camber, which I know I just butchered his name, so forgive me. But yeah, honestly, that's all the racers for the Danny Swerve model. All right. Now we got every car who falls in the Tim Treadless model, and Tim Treadless himself is the Natural Weight Next Gen. He is number 38, following up Phil Tankson. So yeah. And then we have Aaron Clocker, the Revolting Next Gen, and honestly, he's probably one of the worst, like, in the Revolting lineup. So yeah. And then we have JP McPillar, the Toe Cab Next Gen, and he is personally one of my favorites. Number 4, and then we have Harvey Rockcap, and he's the Easy IO Next Gen, number 15, because well they have to get the number 51 to Cruise. And then we have next up we have Dan Garcia. I know this is Glow Racer version, but this is the best it can do. So he's number 80, racing for Gasperins, and he's still, in my opinion, the worst Gasperin racer of all the cars. We have Noah Gocheck, who is the second best Clutch 8 racer, and still better than Dino Dravsky. So we have Bubba Wheelhouse. This is his NASCAR version, the metallic paint version. So number 23 in this case, who can still be number 6. So yeah. And we have my second, I believe, no, this is actually my last custom racer. So we have this racer, which honestly part of the same brand as one of my previous custom driver stock cars. So yeah, check for to be Zipper. So yeah, the sponsor name is Zipper. Their number is 87. So that's pretty much the notes. Then we have William Byrev, another NASCAR driver who is again another one in metallic color, who is number 24, racing for Shifty Drugs. So, and then we have Ryan Inside Lane, who is another NASCAR driver who races for another sponsor. We have Blinker. So like I think he's the only racer who races for Blinker, the only next gen Blinker. Just had a realization. And yeah, Honestly, I like his comment. Because of the sponsor, I really just love it. And we have our final NASCAR driver. We have Chase Elliott in this case, so this would be Chase Race-A-Lot. So Chase Race-A-Lot, so Violin Racer number 24. Honestly, I like it. He's in my opinion my second. Him and Rick, you know, they're tied to see who can become my second favorite Violin Racer. And then we have Raf Carlos' successor, which would be Spiky Phillips, and honestly, he's decent. He's not as great as Raph in both movies, but he still holds up. So he's World Tour Business Racer for cars 3, the next gen. He's number 117. Then we have Rap Meeker's successor, which would be Rich Nixon, number 36, and I recently just got him, and honestly, he's one of the more hard to come by next gens, like before the 2-pack came out, so yeah. And then we have someone who was also very hard to attain, and came in a similar fashion. We got Nick Schiff, who is the Experiment Racer, replacing Ernie Gearson, number 93, and honestly, I just love it. He's one of my personal favorite next gens, and couldn't be more happy to have this guy in the collection. And last but not least, we have the final racer to end this video off. We have Jonas Carvers, the next gen racer replacing Todd Marcus, and he's honestly the worst no salt racer out of all entire gift cars. And yeah, a lot of next gens just tend not to do really well when it follows successors, so that's going to conclude it for. Okay, so while I was editing the video, I realized something. I forgot to include Cruz and Storm, and yeah, that was gonna be insane because I legitimately forgot to include like the 2 main next gens. So let's take a look at them. Jackson Storm, you know, are Cars 3 antagonists whose design, in my opinion, it is really simple, nothing too sleek, nothing too crazy, just anti-McQueen. And then we have Cruz and her Rusty's form, which honestly, this is honestly my favorite version of Cruz, in my opinion. Well, for a long time it was, and honestly, it is really well. Then we have our Dynaco version ended off, which, yeah, it's bland, but again, she just came into the Dynaco sponsorship, so they feel like they could have done nothing too much, but again, it's just, you know, it makes sense. And yeah, that will actually conclude my Cars collection showcase. See you guys next time. My collection video. So honestly, nothing much. I just want to show my collection, and I'm going to do some hunting videos soon, as well as summer, and I plan to, well, get back with BSF Racing and actually, you know, make, you know, since the track has been really in works for like a minute. And that's concluded for this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.